And Rogue Ninja taking that outside line and getting through as the first lead jammer of this game.
Beautiful. We also had our first little pile up in the middle of the pack, but everyone's up and back into it.
Yep. So...
Nice hit to the outside there by Bearskin Bruiser.
Yep. Ninja trying to make their way around and has gone for their first scoring pass and made it around successfully.
Bearskin Bruiser doing a good job of running the Polar Bears jammer to the back of the pack, so they have to go through everyone all over again.
Yep. Nice line down from Ninja there, because with low level we have to slow down to 50% of speed.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the things that makes it modified contact.
Yeah. So Ginger Snap has made it through on their first, have made it through on their initial, and the Rogue has called it off. Ninja has called it off.
First points on the board for the Black Bears.
So Black Bears 8. Polar Bears 0.
Looks like we've got Chips out there jamming for the Polar Bears.
And just add Slaughter for the Black Bears.
Jammers on.
Both stuck behind their walls of people.
Yeah, it's a nice tight pack there. Both teams running 4 in defence.
Oh, first penalty of the game, but also Chips has made it out for lead jammer from the Polar Bears.
Yeah, Chips is someone I'm going to remember because she's wearing my number, so...
I wonder how you'll remember that. Yep, Chips is now stuck behind the wall, but just add Slaughter is not far behind.
Chips picking up a scoring pass.
Yep. Just add Slaughter is trying to make it through on their first scoring pass, stuck in that wall. But taking that inside line and making it look easy.
Yeah, that was some beautiful footwork up the inside there. Chips trying to sneak around the outside, doesn't quite make it the whole way round.
That's okay, they can go from behind. And they've taken the inside of the line.
Picking up another 4 points.
Yep.
Just add Slaughter, not far behind.
Yep. And if you can hear it,
just add Slaughter.
Bonnie was trying to tell Chips to call it.
Just add Slaughter slipping up the inside line, picking up 4 points as well.
Yep. So we've got Polar Bears on 8, Black Bears on 20. So jamming for Polar Bears, we got Raw Power. I wanted to do that. I'm sorry.
And for the Black Bears, one of my favourites, Cross Stitcher. Obviously one of my favourites because one of my club members.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I don't like to be biased, but I absolutely am. Polar Bears picking up lead.
Yeah, good job, Raw, getting their way through.
Cross Stitcher not far behind.
Yeah, good slowing down from Raw and just trying to get through that inside and making it look easy.
Yeah, that was some really nice toe stop work up the inside line.
And calling it off, playing smart.
Yeah, good listening to their bench, who was very close to their line of sight.
I must say, it's nice to have this game in the middle of the day because we usually have fast games all around it.
We've got full packs for both teams. 2 jammers out there. Evil K for the Polar Bears.
And
Dragonfly
for the Black Bears. Dragonfly is one of the skaters who's from Warrnambool, so it's pretty much TRV against TRV at the second.
I love it. I
And-
also love those gold legs.
And they've matched the gold so well, the TRV gold. And they've made it through on their initial and getting lead.
Evil K being run back by Bearskin Bruiser.
Yeah, and Dragonfly just making it look easy, getting past that white wall of white.
Yeah, that was some really good pushing there on Panda.
Yep. So, unfortunately, Evil K is stuck behind a wall of black, but Dragonfly's just trying to sneak it through, but has realised, no, I can't do that, so I'm going around another way. Which they have.
Rogue Ninja, last line of defence for the Black Bears, holding that white jammer back long enough that the
Yep.
rest of their team could come up and join them.
Yep. Dragonfly making their way around.
And Ginger Snap just coming through the middle of that pack, just taking out everyone in one.
Yep. And Dragonflies just keeps making their way through, making it look easy. And Evil K has made it through the pack in front of the
Beautiful work
home
there.
crowd. And Dragonfly just making it through, making it look easy, getting on that inside line.
Bearskin Bruiser doing some excellent offense for their jammer there, but unfortunately picking up a direction penalty at the same time.
Yep. And a big shout out to BRDL crew from Mad Stacks.
Alrighty, so the Black Bears are going into this jam with only 2 blockers on the track because they've got 2 blockers in the penalty box at the moment.
But the good news is for them, one of their blockers, Rogue Ninja, is standing, so it won't be long until they're back with them.
That is true, and Rogue Ninja, being the speedy skater that they are, will be out there in no time at all.
So we've got Squiggles for Black Bears and Raw Power for White Polar Bears, not White Bears. Unfortunately for Rogue Ninja, they're going back to the penalty box.
Not quite sure what the penalty was there.
Yeah. Might have been excessive speed. They were going around really fast, but I'm not 100% sure.
4 points picked up there by Squiggles.
Yeah. With Raw Power. Yep.
Raw
Raw
Power
Power.
just sneaking up the inside line, picking up those 4 points.
Yep.
Squiggles not far behind.
Ninja's back out helping the Black Wall try and hold Raw Power because, but Raw Power has made it past them. Yeah.
And the jam is cold.
Yep, so Polar Bears have scored 16 points in that one, making it 28 to Black Bears 52. Jack is saying go pancakes. So if you're pancakes,
And I believe we've got an official review.
yep, we got an official review.
I'm going to go listen and find out what's going on.
Okay, and I'll sit here and look pretty. was the official review for?
So the Black Bears questioned the illegal re-entry, the cut track that was issued to Rogue Ninja. Rogue Ninja had re-entered the track in front of the jammer, but not in front of anyone in the pack. So that penalty has been overturned, and Black Bears retain their official review for this half.
Oh, I can understand that. That answers the question of why Rogue got another penalty.
So they've sat that penalty, but it will be taken off the penalty sheet.
Yep, too easy, so they've only got one. All right, so we've got Kaleidoscope for Black Bears, and we've got
Ginger Snap again for the Polar Bears. After years of just referring to them as the black team and the white team, getting my head around the colours of the Bears is just taking a little bit of practice.
Yeah.
All right, jam is on.
Yeah, and Kaleidoscope taking that outside line.
Great work there by the Black Bears blockers who were out there down one. Bearskin and Bruiser returning from the penalty box now.
Yeah. Remembering this, they're being really good to remember to slow down at the wall there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Kaleidoscope listening to KTKO calling that jam. Now, I don't know who this jammer is for Polar Bears. 3-1. We don't have them on the list.
Let's wait and see if it appears on the screen.
We've got Just Add Slaughter for Black Bears.
Beautiful tripod work there by the Black Bears. Holding that jammer back while they're able to send one of their blockers forward to do some offense.
It's really good because you can actually hear the bench coaches this game.
Yeah, they've both got strong voices and strong opinions.
Yep, so Just Add Slaughter has made it out as lead jammer.
And our mystery number 31 still being held up by that pack.
Yep. But it's only one blocker holding them. That is the amazing thing.
Now their tripod's having a turn.
Yep.
Beautiful rotation there by Cross Stitcher.
Yeah, and 3-1 has made it out on their initial. Just Had Slaughter making their way through and has called it off.
Yep, picking up all 4 points.
Love that.
We've got a clear penalty box, so both teams will be fielding 5 skaters for this jam.
So we've got Chips for Polar Bears and
Sea Carnage.
yeah. Chips making it around Panda, but
Yeah.
being recycled. But there's been a star pass to our Rogue Ninja.
Beautiful work there.
Yep.
For those that are new to observing Derby, if the jammer is having too much trouble getting through, they can remove the helmet cover with the star and pass that through to the pivot, which is the skater that has the helmet cover with the stripe. And then the pivot becomes the jammer once they've got that helmet cover on their head.
Yeah. And while we're speaking, unfortunately, Chips has gone to a bin for a penalty.
Which means that Rogue Ninja is going to be skating for the remainder of the 2 minutes. because the ability to call the jam off has been lost when Chips has gone to the penalty bin.
Yep, so this is going to be a full 2-minute jam. Good thing there's 45 seconds left of it.
Black Bears held back for a little while to see if Ninja would get through on their own.
Yeah, and Chips has made it through.
Both
Chips
jammers out.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, Rogue Ninja making it look easy going around that outside on their toe stops.
Some really smart play there by the black jammer, who ignored his bench because he knew he would get a penalty otherwise. We got Bearskin Bruiser heading out to jam for the Black Bears.
And Bunny for the Polar Bears.
Bunny absolutely playing it up for that call out.
I mean, I would too, let's be honest.
I think both of them are out for their first jam of the game. Jam as jammer, I should say.
Yep. And
Bunny making short work of those Black Bears.
getting past all those hips. And nice to see Rat Pack cheering the Modcon skater on,
Yeah.
Bunny. And then Bruiser not far behind.
Bearskin Bruiser entering the pack on their scoring pass.
Yep. Bunny making it through for a second scoring pass. Bunny telling her bench what to do.
Beautiful work up the inside line
pancakes.
there by Bearskin Bruiser.
Thank you, Jack, for letting us know it's Pancakes 3-1.
Beautiful work there by Bunny, listening to her bench, calling the jam off, picking 1 point on that pass.
Yeah, and also KL Joy saying huge props to Rogue. Nice panty pass to Rogue, or helmet star pass, we should call it, not a panty anymore.
Helmet cover.
Helmet cover, that works. Yeah, well done, Bunny.
Chips and Just Add Slaughter as our jammers for this jam.
Excellent. Just Add Slaughter was going to try and follow Chips around, but the Polar Bears were like, nah, we're not doing that. But Just Add Slaughter has made it through and gotten lead.
Saw some excellent meerkatting there in the pack when the ref blew the whistle and they all stopped and looked to see if it was going to be their number that was about to be called for the penalty. Turns out it was just lead being issued and no one's going to the bin.
And that is the jam called. So Polar Bears are on 45 to Black Bears 88.
Early days. Evil K heading out to jam for the Polar Bears.
And who's Black Bears? Oh, we've got Rogue Ninja.
We've got no one in the penalty box,
Yep.
but we do have a bench coach and a skater standing in the ref lane.
They moved. So Ninja's trying to push their way through. Evil K's trying to do the same. But Rogue has managed to push their way through and is picking up the speed going around.
Sure is, making Calamity June, the jammer ref, work hard to keep up.
Yep.
Evil K is out.
Yep.
Rogue Ninja on a scoring pass.
Yep.
Picks up all 4 points on that pass.
Excellent.
Evil K just skating down the inside line, picking up 4 points as well.
Yep. All right, there was a whistle blown, and it looks like the Polar Bears is going to... Oh, sorry, the Black Bears has gone to the bin, a blocker there.
Rogue Ninja picking up another 4 points.
Yep. Evil K pushing it through on that inside.
Also picking up 4 points. It's very helpful when the jammers stay half a track apart from each other.
Oh, and then... And Rogue has called it.
Rogue listening to the crowd rather than their bench.
They're allowed to do that. They've got... The reason they do this is to learn. They've all literally have got L plates on at this point.
It's true.
Including some of our referees today and NSOs for this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
L plates all round.
Raw Power and Just Add Slaughter doing a little spinny before the jam starts.
And Raw Power has made it out for lead.
Bearskin Bruiser skating through the middle of that tripod and knocking 2 of the Polar Bears to the ground.
And I think it was a cut track, unfortunately, for... It was a cut track for the Black Bears jammer. 2. So White Power Jam right now with under 10 minutes left.
Of the first half.
Of the first half. I didn't specify that.
Ooh.
Come on. Oh. So...
Chip's the only jammer out there at the moment picking up lead.
Excellent. That was very lucky for the Polar Bears because if that whistle had gone off and none of those blockers had made it across that line. And Chips making it through.
Picking up 4 points, Just Add Slaughter on track.
Yeah. So Slaughter is on their initial, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
So
oh no, Chips is now going to the bin for a black back block.
which means this jam is also going for the full 2 minutes with Chips losing their lead jammer status and Just Add Slaughter having to keep going. Great pushing there by Just Add Slaughter. Starfaster cross-stitcher who snuck up there. I thought for a moment she was going to try and pull the helmet cover off Just Add Slaughter. But luckily did not, as you are not allowed to do that.
And Cross Stitches is trying to get through that outside line. Unfortunately, not quite making it through.
No, Panda clipping him at the last moment.
Unfortunately for Chips, they got a cut track, so they're going back. They're going back to the penalty box, and that is the end of the jam. So power start jam for Black Bears.
And we got a timeout called by the Polar Bears.
Polar Bears are calling timeout. Oh, now official timeout's been called. So the good news with this jam starting is if the black Squiggles doesn't make it through for lead by the time Chips has finished serving their penalty, Chips can still get lead.
Yeah, that's right. Because it's a new jam, lead is open again.
Yeah.
Got an official review while our scoreboard operators sort themselves out.
Mayhem. Oh, head innocent. Yeah. Sorry for those watching at home. I was trying to get the attention of the head NSO for this game. I see your comments, Emily. I like how the 6-year-old got to the keyboard and started using the emojis. So that's the end of the official timeout. Squiggles is starting in a power jam position for the Black Bears.
So for the first 30 seconds of this jam, it will just be the Black Bears with a jammer who has picked up lead already.
Yep, just making it through that inside line. Yep.
We've got Dragonfly heading to the penalty box.
Yep. So we've got 3 black blockers out there at the moment. So Pack Advantage going to white and holding Squiggles at the moment. Which will be good. It would give the white jammer Chips a chance to get through on their initial when they're back on, which they are now.
Squiggles almost the whole way round. Out of play call at the front.
So Pancakes are going to the penalty box as well, but Chips getting past, almost got knocked by Rogue Ninja.
Chips is now out and able to score points.
Excellent. And Squiggles calling it off.
That was 8 points picked up by the Black Bears on that jam.
So we got raw power to jam and one hit wonder for the Black Bears. And this is the first time one hit wonder has jammed, I think, this game.
Possibly. Raw power picking up lead. But the Black Bears jammer not far behind.
Yep, raw power going through and also one hit wonder making their way through quickly. All of them slowing down for the back. But it looks like there's been a fall, but Raw's just made it way through. One hit wonder sailing past.
Raw Power picking up another 4 points.
Yep. One-
Beautiful slide through there by One Hit Wonder.
Amazing slide through there. All right, unfortunately for One Hit Wonder, they were called for an excessive speed, which is good news for polar bears. It means that Raw Power can score some points for them. There was a little bit of a let's all fall down together.
Raw Power picking up another 4 points on that pass.
Yeah.
Nice
Yep.
footwork up the inside line.
Pulling it off. So it's going to be a power jam start for white bears. Oh, sorry, polar bears.
One Hit Wonder standing in the penalty box though, so shouldn't be too far away from returning to the track.
And a little over 2 minutes to go. So this is good news. Chips can now try and get lead jammer before One Hit Wonder is released.
Yeah, Panda up there causing a distraction, trying to help their jammer through.
Yeah.
One Hit Wonder back on track already.
Yep. And Chips has made it through as lead, taking advantage of that.
Beautiful backwards exit from the pack by the Black Bears jammer.
Yeah. Good job, One Hit Wonder. Bonnie's reminding the jammer to slow down, keep cool, calm and collected.
Very important at this level.
Everyone keep slow, slow, slow.
It'd be real difficult when you see that gap and you just want to take it.
Yeah.
Chips picking up another 4 points there.
One Hit Wonder going through backwards, unfortunately taking a little tumble out the front of the pack. Woo.
Chips picking up another 4 point pass.
Yeah, that has put them on 12 points for this jam.
We've had a star pass through the pack there.
Yep, so who is that gone to? That
Just Add Slaughter has taken the star for the Black Bears.
and they've called it. Yep.
Well, that is a fancy graphic.
Yep, so the teams are getting ready to line up again, but I'm pretty sure we might be in half-time.
Oh, I can never work out the seconds. If we do have another jam, we're going to have Bearskin Bruiser for the Black
3,
Bears
2,
and
1.
Ginger Snap for the Polar Bears.
Official timeout.
And we do not have another jam. So
Yep.
we are into halftime now. We've got a 15-minute break and we'll be back with you for the second half.
Yep, see you soon.
Righty, and we are back for the second half of this modified contact game. Skaters are at the ready. Officials are almost ready. Doing a little bit of track repairs before we get going.
Sorry about that. I saw a little bit of track and I'm like, this could get worse before it gets better.
It is a big weekend of derby and the tape is not always up to it.
So final score before the second half starts was Polar Bears are on 100 and Black Bears are 130. So really it's anyone's game.
Yeah, the Polar Bears really got it together in that second half and stopped the Black Bears from pulling away. That second half of the first half was pretty evenly matched, so it's really good, interesting to see what happens in this second half.
Yep. There was one shout out we didn't have a chance to do before, but we got Dylan from TRV. Shout out to my salty beach panda.
With all these puns, you've really got to watch your language.
Oh, we're waiting for the refs.
Wasn't just track repairs, it might have been drink bottle fill-ups as well.
So the refs are back. We got Rogue Ninja jamming for Black Bears.
And Ginger Snap.
For Polar Bears.
Nice hit there by Bunny to the inside, running Rogue Ninja back. Great dynamic work there by the Polar Bears pack at the back. Ginger Snap emerging from the front with lead. Some nice offense there by the Black Bears blockers while they were waiting for the Polar Bear jammer to come around again.
So I can hear Bonnie from over here for points, points, points.
Yeah, that's what you want from your bench coach, loud and clear.
I feel like the modified contacts is a bit quieter than the full bouting games because it's not as fast. Does that make sense?
Yeah, also the skaters on track are often still finding their voice, getting comfortable with telling each other what to do. A lot of them train with full contact skaters at their own clubs, and so they're used to having other people telling them what to do.
Yep, so both jammers. So we've got
Chips and Just Add Slaughter.
And
Chips has got lead. Just Add Slaughter is in front.
Yep.
Both jammers doing a great job of slowing down before they enter the pack. That's one of those situations when you're neck and neck.
And Chips has gone through that inside line. Unfortunately, Just Add Slaughter got caught up in that wall a little bit.
Chips coming around for another scoring pass. Beautiful work there by a one-hit wonder.
And Chips has made it through again. Just to Add Slaughter, about half a track behind them.
Pancake's trying to offer some offense for their jammer. Both jammers are in the pack at the moment. Got a cutting penalty on one-hit wonder.
Just Add Slaughter trying to get past, and both jammers are back together again pretty much.
Neck and neck on their way around. Again, we've got Just Add Slaughter just in front.
And Chips was that Chip? Yes,
Yeah,
it is Chips. Chips is like, yeah, I'm not chasing you.
Don't risk it.
All right, so it looks like we got Black Bears, we've got Kaleidoscope, and pack advantage going to the Polar Bears because they've got their pivot one-hit wonder still in the penalty box.
Kaleidoscope and Raw Power out there, jammers on.
Yep. Kaleidoscope trying to take that inside line, but Bunny hitting them out.
Great work there by the white blockers at the rear of the pack.
But Raw Power has made it through and is going through it on their scoring pass.
Absolutely beautiful footwork around the outside line there.
Gorgeous footwork.
I feel like Raw Power might not be far away from levelling up.
Yep. Raw Power getting through there nice and easy.
Kaleidoscope is sitting in the penalty box. So Raw Power jamming unopposed right now.
Ooh.
Thank you, Dee. It's a power jam.
It's a power jam. I didn't realise that.
Well, that's going to stick.
Okay.
Both jammers back in the pack.
Yep. Raw Power is still lead, and I'm not quite sure. Is Kaleidoscope still on their initial?
I believe so.
Yep.
Bearskin Bruiser heading to the penalty box for what I assume was a cross-track hit.
Yep. So Kaleidoscope has, unfortunately for Raw Power, Jammer is sitting down because they did excessive force. They forgot about slowing down.
All right, we got Kaleidoscope in the pack.
And that's the end of the jam.
Yes, Screw.
So
Alrighty, so we're going to be starting this jam with only one jammer on the track. That's Rogue Ninja.
and what a beautiful little jammer they are. Yes.
Straight out of there.
Like, I don't want to sit around.
So lead has gone to the Black Bears.
Yep. Trying to pull away again, I think, the Black Bears.
Yeah, Polar Bears have really started closing that different distance in this second half.
Yep. Raw Power has left the penalty box and is now out. Yep. Sorry, there was a penalty called and I heard 9, but then I saw it was Panda. But that's okay. And Ninja calling it off. So pack advantage is going to Black Bears with just Add Slaughter as jammer and Ginger Snap as jammer. So 2 Geelong jammers going up against one another.
I was about to say, from their matching outfits, I would assume that the two of these have skated against each other quite a bit.
Yeah, and Just Add Slaughter has been very lucky to get through that outside.
Really taking advantage of the fact that the white blockers had one less on track.
Yep.
Ginger Snap also out and approaching on a scoring pass.
Excellent. And KTKO calling to call.
Great job there by the Black Bears, denying the Polar Bears any points in that jam.
And if you're in the venue, please check out the bake sale, the raffles, and Mildura's merchandise. They're actually selling armbands to get them to Otter.
Oh, that's a great idea.
So these armbands, you write your numbers on them. So if you guess for teams, beautiful things, you just use a chalk marker.
If only I was allowed to still guess. All right, we've got Bunny out there jamming for the Polar Bears. We've got a little bit of a pile up in the middle.
And nearly half the track fell down.
Yeah, Dragonfly is the jammer for the Black Bears. But Bunny has picked up lead. And they're pretty happy about that.
Especially after a fall.
Pancakes heading to the penalty box for the Polar Bears.
Oh,
Dragonfly just flying up that inside line.
Oh, I'm glad that Bunny and Dragonfly are having fun in this jam.
Yeah, Bunny chasing him down.
Oh. Ooh.
Dragonfly trying to do the same again, but the Polar Bears were onto it that time.
Good job, Polar Bears.
Bunny pushing those Black Bears blockers out towards the front.
Yep.
Dragonfly picking up 4 points.
Yep, Bunny trying to make their way through and has done it.
4 points for Bunny as well.
I really want to get a Dragonfly and a Bunny. I don't know why.
Beautiful work there. That tripod of Polar Bears at the back making life difficult for Dragonfly.
And then that black tripod at the front making things difficult for Bunny. Dragonfly making it through. And Bunny's called.
Great work there by all skaters.
So we need to get Dragonfly dragon wings. I think they've got a dragonfly on their shoulder. And then we need to get bunny ears.
Or a little tail.
Oh, that would work too. It was just Easter. You would probably get one on clearance.
That's it. And the tail will work better with the helmet cover.
Yeah.
We've got Chips out there and Rogue Ninja jamming for this next one.
So we'll get Rogue Ninja and Ninja outfit. And Chips.
Get everyone Chips after this effort.
Ooh. Lovely fall from Chips. They're both stuck, and both jammers are stuck behind their respective walls.
Bearskin Bruiser taking the opportunity to do a little bit of offense there and help Rogue Ninja through on the outside. And we've got... The star has been taken off by Chips. Both Chips and the pivot up there. No, the pivot has taken the star, so they will be the jammer for the balance of this jam. Got Bearskin Bruiser heading to the penalty blocks on a multiplayer block. And Ginger Snap is now the jammer for the Polar Bears.
Oh, beautiful star pass. Ninja making it look easy going through that inside. Ooh.
Ginger Snap went down, but not sure what's going on there. Both jammers in the pack. Bearskin Bruiser has returned to track.
I can now hear KT and KO talking to their bench.
Got a multiplayer call on one of the blockers.
Chips.
Ginger Snaps was almost out of the pack, but unfortunately did go down, which gave the Black Bears blockers a chance to get in front and re-engage.
Yeah, and I think that was the full 2 minutes. No one called it off. And I believe we've got our next game, which is game 4. We've got South Seas and Rat Pack.
Which South Sea?
Krakens.
Great. Just Add Slaughter and 34. Locks are out there as our jammers for jam number 8 of this second half.
Yep, so both jammers are respectively stuck behind their walls, but Locks. Wait, what?
Just Add Slaughter has not
Lead.
picked up lead,
Yep, sorry,
but was first out of the pack. No, it
Yep.
does have lead.
Yep. So unfortunately,
Little reminder for our jam ref to point at the jammer so that we know they've got lead. Four points picked up there by Just Add Slaughter. Lock has emerged and is now able to start scoring on this next pass.
excellent. And calling it off.
Jam is called. 1 point picked up on that pass by the Black Bears.
And
Maybe two.
maybe 2. So it looks like we got 3-4 for black, which is Bark, Bearskin Bruiser, and Evil K for white, and we've got an official review.
Did you get
Sorry,
that?
team timeout. Oh, sorry, official timeout. Yep, official timeout.
Things are looking pretty sorted. We'll wait for the whistle to tell us that we're getting ready for the next jam. But when we do, it looks like we have got Evil K and Bearskin Bruiser who are going to be our jammers.
I love that they both cheered.
They're listening to us.
Yeah, Evil K is from our hosting Mildura.
And Bearskin Bruiser is from Dragon City Roller Derby.
Wait, we've got a timeout still.
I think they got overexcited. Oh no, we've got track repairs.
Gotta love track repairs. And twice on Sundays, right? Actually, it'll be more than twice on Sunday. One day we're going to have the most ridiculous plans. Like one round be the most ridiculous plans that you can get. I don't know who can do it because it can't be us now. It can't be... All right, the official timeout is over for track maintenance, so we're going to...
Jam is on.
Jam is on officially.
Bearskin Bruiser around the outside, picking up lead jammer.
Evil K pushing that black wall, trying to get around the outside, and has managed to.
Both jammers now on their scoring pass. Bearskin Bruiser picking up 4 points and calling the jam.
Yeah.
A very polite round of applause from Dragon City over there. Good show, chaps.
Do we need to get tea and scones?
Alrighty, Rogue Ninja out to jam for the Black Bears and chips for the Polar Bears. Jam is on. Chips picking up lead.
Ninja getting stuck behind a wall of white. And has managed to scoot their way past.
Chips picking up 4 points on that pass.
Yeah. Ninja's stuck behind.
Very fancy toe stop work up the inside line, but unfortunately couldn't hold it on the track.
Yep. Bunny's holding their teammate. Yes, that's correct. Bunny's holding their teammate.
Great work there up the front by the Polar Bears blockers. Rogue Ninja picking up 4 points on that pass.
Yep, so unfortunately it looks like Bunny's gone to the bin.
Yeah. Chips picking up another 4 points on that pass. As has
Ninja's
Rogue
picked
Ninja.
up points as well, gotten through.
Got a cut track call there on
Chips.
Rogue Ninja is going to finish this jam off. Great re-entry there by Bunny. Bit of solo blocking.
Yep. So it looks like there's going to be an official review. Do you want to go for a walk back? That is awesome. Yeah. Hey, you're from Driving City still. Are they still saying this? Yeah. Because I haven't ordered one yet. I wanted to have a look at the. Yeah. Yep. Nick. Oh, that's what I like. It'll be funny. Oh, lost. What was the official review for?
Alrighty, so the Polar Bears were questioning the lack of a skating out of bounds penalty on the black jammer. They suggested that the skater took themselves out of bounds by choice, not through impact. The refs saw it that the skater was off balance and that's why they had stepped out of bounds. And so Polar Bears have lost their official review for this half.
That's okay. They've only got 11 minutes left.
Just Add Slaughter picking up lead for jam number 12.
Excellent.
We've got Chips jamming for the Polar Bears. The Black Bears tripod doing a great job holding her back. Chips is through. Not lead, but able to score points.
Yeah, Just Add Slaughter taking it through on this inside.
Four points apiece picked up by those jammers.
Excellent, eh? Just Add Slaughter just going through that inside and then calling it off.
Beautiful reading of the situation there by Just Add Slaughter.
They're just like, yep. Okay, we scored. We can call it off now.
Rogue Ninja heading out to jam for the Black Bears and Evil K for the Polar Bears.
Yep.
Penalty box is empty.
So we've got
Jam is on.
with a full pack and an empty penalty box. And Rogue Ninja has gone around the outside and he can lead.
Sure have. Evil K has removed the star.
And has successfully done a star pass to who are you?
Rogue Ninja picking up 4 points. Icarus Smackerus having taken the star.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Both jammers in the pack.
Yep. Stuck behind the walls. Rogue Ninja has made their way through.
Alrighty. So there's a little bit of a chat going on there. So what's happened is the star was passed when Evil K was down on their knees. So that star pass was not legal. Icarus Smackerus was not the jammer. They had to hand the helmet cover back and then they've taken it again. So now they are the jammer.
Okay, cool. So did they do a lap not being jammer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rogue Ninja with some real fancy footwork around that back of the pack, just waiting for a gap to open up.
Yeah. At the moment, the packs are on top of one another, so... And lucky for Rogue, they got through.
Beautiful offense there by Ginger Snap. And the jam is done.
Excellent. So that brings the scores to the Black Bears 224 and the Polar Bears 169.
Yeah, so with that star pass that didn't happen properly in the previous jam, both skaters need to be upright and inbounds in order for the star pass to be legal.
Hold on. Chips has been told... Hold on.
Jam is on. Jam is on.
Yeah, because we were told to come off. So the black...
All right, so Icarus
Yeah.
Smackerus
What?
is sitting in the penalty box as the jammer for the Polar Bears. But in the confusion, we've ended up with both the white jammer and the white pivot leaving the penalty box. Leaving the track, which means Icarus Macarus is going to be out there jamming with only 3 blockers and no pivot.
Yeah. Well, there was a little bit of confusion there. I'll give him that.
A lot of confusion. On the plus side, a lot of the period clock wound away while everyone was standing there trying to work out what to do. We've got both jammers are being waved as not lead.
Yeah, which makes no sense.
One of those jammers might be lead. No?
Yeah. I thought... Ooh, Dragonfly taking a tumble, getting out.
Alrighty, we've now got a finger out for Dragonfly saying that they are lead. 4 points picked up on that pass. Icarus Macarus heading back to the penalty box.
Nice signalling to Dragonfly to tell her, oh, we got a power jam.
Black Bears all working together to do some beautiful sweeping offense.
And team timeout has been called by White. A little over 5 minutes left in the game.
Alrighty, so our team timeout has ended, but we're in an official timeout now, which is not surprising because that last jam was super confusing. Alrighty, we are back on track. We've got a power jam for the Black Bears, and Bearskin Bruiser is taking that power jam, doing their best to take advantage of the fact that they are the only jammer on the track at the moment. Got a little pile up over there. Bruiser stays on their feet though. Nope, I spoke too soon.
They got knocked down by a leg.
Got a nice legal re-entry there by Bearskin Bruiser. Whoop.
No, it wasn't.
More people
Bruiser.
down. This time, stays up, gets through, picks up lead. Woo! Icarus Smackerus, the jammer for the Polar Bears again, still sitting in the penalty box. Pancakes has just headed over to join them. Sorry, Pancakes.
Yep, so also pack advantage going to the Black Bears at the moment.
Bearskin Bruiser sneaking up the inside line, picking up 4 points. Both jammers on track and in the pack.
And the jam has been called.
Anyway, jam ends.
Jams ends. All right, we've got a little over 3 minutes left.
The Black Bears have really pulled away in the last few jams.
Excelente.
But we have seen earlier in the game that the Polar Bears were able to close that gap pretty significantly. So let's see what they can do with these last few jams. We've got Chips for the Polar Bears and Rogue Ninja for the Black Bears.
Yep. And Ninja has made it around the outside.
Sure have. Chips is also out though and not that far behind.
Yeah, about a third of the track.
Four points picked up by the Black Bears.
And Chips is stuck in that wall, stuck between her own blockers and the Black blockers. But Ninja, fancy footwear, big stepping over and scoring points. And Ninja being told to call it by KTKO. So White is calling for a timeout. So we've got 2 minutes exactly left. Pardon? So we got Bunny and Just Add Slaughter jamming. And Rat Pack is excited for Bunny.
All right, we're back on.
Yep. And Bunny has gotten lead. And Rat Pack is really happy about that with their stompity stomp stomps.
Rat Pack waiting off to the side. From the look of it,
Rat
I
Pack
assume
is
they're playing next.
in a couple of minutes anyway.
Just Add Slaughter, also out of the pack and able to pick up some points. 4 point pass picked up by Bunny.
Bunny making it through again, scoring another 4 points.
I feel like the crowd is really hyping her up. Just Add Slaughter not far behind.
Bunny, unfortunately, getting stuck in that wall of black.
Yeah, Both jammers in the pack right now. Bunny emerges.
Now, Just Edge Slaughter is stuck behind a panda. Evil Offspring recycling Bunny.
Bunny slipping up the... I'll wait for the applause to die down. Bunny picking up another 4 points.
Yep. That is 16 points, Bunny, if you can hear us. And that is the end of the game.
One went the full 2 minutes. So that is the end of this modified contact game. What a way to finish.
Yep, we just got to wait for that rolling whistle.
Black scorekeeper, your jam ref signalling at you. And we're just waiting for that rolling whistle.
Jack, thank you for saying well done, Derby.